Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a little bit of a haul, so it might be a little bit long, but I'll try to talk fast. It's like the most beautiful day in the world, so I have the patio door open, so if you hear my dogs running back and forth, that would be why. Or running into the camera like that. So I'm going to start off with the books, and I have 14 books. So not huge. 2 of them are from Book of the Month. Later in the video, I'm going to be doing a sewing tutorial, and when I get that started, I'm going to show you guys the other few books that I got. So I'm going to talk about the dollar store books first, and then the thrifted books that I got, and then we'll move into the Amazon and Aldi stuff. So this first book I got for my niece, The Water Horse by Webb. And this is so cute. Doesn't that just like say fantasy book? Like, I just think this cover is so magical. But on the back it says, Olivia is Princess of Venice, so when the waters start to rise, she knows only her magic can prevent disaster befalling the city. While she's using her magic to restore her city, she discovers the water horse, and that the water horse is the key to saving everything. And it just sounds super cute, and it's the first book in a series, so I'll have to hunt down the other ones for my niece as well, but I just think this looks super cute and adorable. Pretty decently hefty chapter book for young adults, so I think she's gonna love this, and I'm excited to give it to her. The next dollar store book, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or give it to my niece. I'm actually not really sure what it's about. I think it's a little bit more of like a thriller, so I might end up keeping it, but it's called Winter of the Gods by Jordana Max Brodsky. Brodsky? I'm not sure. This cover is beautiful. Kind of why I picked this one up. And I do believe that this is a thriller. Selena De Silva prowls the streets knowing that even if she doesn't look for trouble, it always finds her. A dead body shows up and she hunts down the perpetrators. Her ancient skills make her the only one who can track a conspiracy that threatens the very existence of the gods, including Selene, once known as Artemis. So it's got a little bit of mythology, it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds interesting. Like, I don't know if these are all like gods living in New York or like what the deal is, but it sounds interesting. I used to be super into Greek mythology when I was in high school. I'm not so much anymore. I'll still probably end up reading this. It sounds entertaining, and I know that my husband loves this kind of stuff, so I don't know. I think I might keep this one, but I love the cover. So the next 2 thrifted books that I got What Should Be Wild by Julia Fine. This cover is absolutely stunning. I love it so much, and that's what attracted me to it. But it is also, it's like a fantasy thriller, it sounds like, which I've never read before, so I'm super excited to dig into this. A highly unusual young woman must fight a curse that has plagued the women in her family for millennia. But yes, it's about this woman, and all of the women in her family, like in the past, have been cursed. But then all of a sudden, like, her father disappears, so she kind of has to find her own power and hunt the bad guys down and save her father. I'm pretty sure that's what it's about. So this will be my first fantasy thriller, so I'm really excited to read this one. The next one I got is also a fantasy thriller, and this is called Things in Jars by Jess. This cover is also beautiful. It's got like a mermaid on the back, which you can only kind of see in the front. But this is a Book of the Month book, and I don't know what year this, oh, it says on the back, 2020. I didn't join Book of the Month till last year in 2021. I love like mermaids and stuff. Like, I wanted to be Ariel when I was little. This sounds really fun. So it says Victorian London comes to life in the spellbinding mystery. So it's about the kidnapping of Christabel Berwick, secret daughter of Sir Edmund Athelstan Berwick. Sounds really interesting. So while this person is on like the hunt to solve this mystery, her search is aided by an enchanting cast of characters, including a 7-foot-tall housemaid, a melancholic tattoo-covered ghost, and an avuncular apothecary. This just sounds really interesting, entertaining, and fun. So I don't know when I'm gonna read this one because I have quite a few books on my TBR right now, but it sounds really fun. Hopefully sometime this year. Probably this summer because it's got a mermaid on it. So these next 2 I'm just gonna show at the same time because these were my Book of the Month picks for last month. And I got The Cartographers and the Book of Cold Cases. They're both seem like mystery thrillers kind of. This one is also like a little bit of fantasy, so it'll be another kind of like mystery fantasy thriller. This one is of course about maps, and it's a thriller. Somebody gets murdered and this map is discovered, and it's like, it sounded really interesting because it's like maps aren't always what they seem or something like that. I don't know, it sounds really cool, and I love the cover. That looks really, really cool. The Book of Cold Cases is of course a thriller. A true crime blogger gets more than what she bargained for while interviewing the woman acquitted of 2 cold case slayings. So this sounds really interesting. Okay, so these next 2 books I got on Amazon. I was influenced on Instagram to buy this first one, and it's called The Sunken City. This is the most beautiful book cover I have ever seen in my entire life. I love everything about this. I love everything about this. It's like the Little Mermaid and Gregor the Overlander smushed together. The little city on there is beautiful, but it's also got like futuristic stuff, like the ship is underwater. This, I mean, it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. Kind of reminds me of Jules Verne at the same time. Orphaned as a child and raised on a ship by the most dangerous men in the Caribbean, Amara is one thing and one thing alone, a pirate, and pirates hate magic. And then after like this crazy storm, when she's with the pirate, she wakes up in the sunken city and finds herself to be a princess. She's got 2 brothers in this new city, and one of them is good, one of them is not so good, and she kind of has to wrestle with herself because the pirates believed that magic is awful and horrible. She kind of has to wrestle with herself on whether or not she's going to be the princess and have this magic, or if she's going to flee and go back to the pirate life. But I'm really excited to read this one because it's so beautiful. It's pretty thick, so it'll probably take me a few weeks to read, but that's okay because it's stunning and I can't wait to read this one this summer. The next one is a cover buy, but we are not surprised by that. It looks like it is a Snow White spinoff, and it is called Poisoned by Jennifer Donnelly. I really don't even know what to say because this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. And the back says, break the enchanted mirror, crush the poisoned apple, seize your own happily ever after. I really don't know what it's about. I just know that it's a Snow White spinoff. I don't even think I didn't even read the cover. Nope, I don't know if you heard the cover when I opened it. I haven't even read what this is about. A girl named Sophie rode into the forest with the queen's huntsman. Her lips were the color of ripe cherries, her skin as soft as new fallen snow, her hair as dark as midnight. When they stopped to rest and the huntsman pulled out his knife and took Sophie's heart, they said she was too kind and foolish to rule a waste of a princess. But when she realizes that the brutal queen might no be to blame for the attack. So I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say to be, but it's beautiful. It reminds me of Once Upon a Time, which is one of my favorite shows ever. I love that show so much. The first few seasons, at least. The last 2 seasons were kind of meh. But this is kind of what it sounds like, because Snow White in that show is running from the evil queen who wants to rip her heart out. Okay, and then these next few are not fiction books, but we're gonna talk about them anyway. Okay, I might as well just show you these right now actually really quick. So they're really gross because my dogs got a hold of them, so now they're covered in dog hair. So just ignore that, but they're toe separators. And these are the softest things I think I might have ever felt in my life. But you put these on your feet to separate your toes because, fun fact, our toes are supposed to naturally be separated. So if you look at like a baby's foot, their toes are kind of just like really separated because that's what we're designed to be like. But because of our whole lives wearing shoes that squish our feet and squish our toes together, they don't look like that anymore. So these are supposed to help separate your toes a little bit more naturally, and I guess it can affect like so much in your body, like your balance, your brain functionality, your mood, like all that kind of stuff. It all stems from your feet. So look into toe separators. I got these on Amazon and they're really soft, and I'm really excited to wear these more after I clean all the dog hair off of them. Like I said, the next few are not fiction books, but the first thing I want to show you quick is this little cookbook that I got. I can write my own recipes in it, and I thought that this was going to be like half of this size, so I was really surprised when it was pretty giant. I like it because it's really simple. It just has recipe name, ingredients, servings, difficulty, prep time, cook time, direction, notes, and rating. Like, it's perfect. I love it. And then in the front They have like volume measurements, which is super helpful. Then I don't have to ask my husband. And then the next few are actual books. So this first one I'm probably the most excited about because we're starting our garden this year. And this is The First Time Gardener Growing Vegetables by Jessica Sowers. She is amazing. I follow her on Instagram and YouTube. Her handle name is Roots and Refuge. And I have learned so much from her and her family. It's amazing. She has a massive garden, and they produce like an incredible amount of veggies and fruits, and they have their own chickens and all different kinds of animals, and we plan on hopefully getting chickens this year. It is just beautiful. It talks about transplanting and starting indoors and how to drain your containers and where to plant things, when to plant things, what's hardy, what's not, and just all of the things. And the photos are really beautiful, but there were really great reviews on Amazon. There were a lot of people who showed photos of their garden after following her tips, and they were luscious and beautiful. And I'm so excited to start our garden this year, especially with everything going on in the world. Like it'll just be nice to have our own little garden with our own food in the backyard, because the prices of things right now are, don't even want to talk about it. The next one is Herbs for Common Ailments. I have a ton of books like this and I love them so much because I don't think we all realize how many things are growing in our front backyard that we just pull up and throw away as weeds when they help with things that we struggle with daily. I was watching a TikTok last night talking about it, and I don't remember what it's called. I'll put it right here. But it was this woman talking about how in the South, like, we get super bad allergies in springtime, and we're in Minnesota, so I don't know if this would be the same, like if we have the same thing, but there's this plant that grows down there everywhere. She was talking about how people just rip them out of their yard and throw them away, not knowing that this is like the best plant for allergies. If you just eat the flowers that taste like candy off of this plant, your allergies will go away. And you can make tea and tinctures out of the roots of this plant, and they're super healthy for you. So this is just a book that talks a lot about that, but also I have this book called The Forager's Guide to Wild Foods. I put it on a YouTube ad, and it's the same thing. It talks about like, don't rip up these plants in your yard that are known as weeds. You can make all kinds of stuff out of it. This makes a really great salad. This is good for headaches. This is good for this and this, and it's just, it blows my mind how many things we have all around us that can help us. Kind of sort of relating to that is the next book that I got, which is called Body into Balance, and this book is amazing. So it's an herbal guide to holistic self-care. It talks about restoring your gut health, calm the nervous system, boost immunity, detoxify, reduce inflammation, increase vitality. And the chapters are focused on like specific areas of your body or specific issues. So chapter 3 is called Stress and Energy. Chapter 6 is called Detoxification, Cleanup Time. 8 is called The Respiratory System, Breathing Deeply. And then they talk about what herbs and plants help with those issues, what to do with them, how to take them, also how to change your diet to help with certain issues. And it's just, this thing is stinking amazing. And I've recently come to learn how important like inflammation and detoxing is. So a lot of health issues that we have stem from your gut or inflammation, and then detoxing as far as like heavy metals. And I can't get into that whole thing because YouTube will probably ban me, but just look into detoxing. It's really good for you, or at least it can be, I should say, because I'm not a medical expert. Crazy that majority of our health issues can stem from our gut. The next 2 books that I got, these are canning books, and like I said, with everything going on in the world, the prices of things, we're super focused on getting our garden started this year and then learning to can and preserving food, saving it for the future. Not just like jellies and stuff like that, but I mean carrots and onions and peppers, and I even saw that you can can like butter and chicken. So we're gonna start looking into canning more stuff. Okay, so the last book that I got, I started last night already, and I am really liking it. It's called Another Gospel by Elisa Childers. So this book is all about Christianity and the progressive Christianity movement going on right now. I can't really say a whole lot about this book. I'm only 14 pages in. I'm really excited to read this because I came out of the new age recently, which I never thought I'd say. I never thought I'd get sucked into anything new agey, but when a person is teaching you new age ideas and using scripture to prove it, it can really mess you up. And I fell into the deepest, darkest hole I've ever been in my entire life last year when I was kind of coming out of it. And it's been the hardest year of my life, to be totally honest. And so reading this book, I can already tell is going to be really helpful to me. Her faith was challenged by a fellow Christian about, like, why do you believe that? Just because the Bible says that? Or like, why do you think the Bible is valid? Or what about the other gospels that were never in the Bible? And she kind of was caught off guard, like, oh my gosh, you're right. And so she digs into all of these questions that she had and that she was faced with, and she talks about them, and I'm just so excited to dig into this. Again, I'm only 14 pages in, so I can't really get too much into it, but I probably will be talking about this more in the future. I really am excited to get back to my roots and to believing the original gospel and the real original Jesus. Okay, so those were all the books, and then these last few things are just things. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys are these cake pans that I got, these silicone cake pans. I have a third one. As you can see, this one's kind of like a daisy slash sunflower, and then I'm not really sure what this one is, kind of like a dahlia kind of pattern, but I got a third one that is a rose, and I'm not showing it because I used it to make a cake for my mom's birthday, and it turned out so beautifully, and I'm so proud of myself. I used a bundt cake recipe from my favorite YouTuber, Mrs. Midwest. They are really great, and I was so excited when I took the cover off the last one and it was shaped beautifully. So I'm very excited to be getting into baking more. Another kind of like food thing that really are these like ice trays. They're little circles. They're like just little bubbles of ice cubes, and this, I know this is like so random, but I was really excited about these because they fit in my water bottle, and I can't drink water unless it's like ice cold, and not being able to fit ice cubes into my water bottle was just ridiculous. So a little bit of change in scenery because my camera died. So the last few things are just kind of silly, but I love them. So I got these really cute little ceramic garden decorations from the dollar store. I got these little mushrooms, which I was really excited about. One of them is like green and tan. This one's a little bit more red, but I have the other one outside already. But I definitely want to put these in our garden or in our potted plants. I don't know. I just think these are so cute, and they're from the dollar store. So if you want super cheap cottagecore garden decorations, definitely check out the dollar store because these are adorable. Got these flower bulbs from Aldi. I don't remember how much these were. I want to say they were only like $4, but I'm really excited to plant these all over the place in our front yard and our backyard. Invite the bees, invite the butterflies, and I just want a massive garden, you know, like I just want flowers all over the place. So I'm really excited to plant those. And then the last thing is for our road trip, which I think I mentioned in my last video, but we're going to North Carolina in a few weeks for Steven's cousin's wedding, and we're driving with 2 dogs, so pray for us. But I'm really excited about this because it'll fit all of my skincare and my makeup. And we also do a lot of out-of-state conferences for our business, and packing makeup and skincare is just really not exciting. So I'm excited that this is going to have room for all of my brushes and all of my hair care. It's kind of my little mini haul for now. Dollar store, Amazon, Aldi. I spend pretty much like 80% of my money at Aldi. It's pretty bad, but they've just got a lot of good stuff. You know, I think I'm going to do some Aldi hauls in the future. It's where I get most of my plants. And I got a cordless vacuum from Aldi recently. So I washed the new duvet cover, and I'm super excited to put it out on the bed. It's drying right now. It should be done any minute. I just had my first break, so I made some coffee and a breakfast sandwich. And then yeah, on my lunch break in a couple hours, I'll put the new duvet cover on the bed. And then I don't know if I'm going to end this vlog today or if I'm going to keep on vlogging for the rest of the week. I don't know. I didn't really plan this out. It just kind of like happened because I was like, I got a bunch of Amazon stuff and a bunch of books, so I should show it to my friends. I have to get back to work and eat my breakfast, and I will see you guys on my lunch break. Hello. So not even a minute after the last clip that I filmed, I went to go get Oakley untangled from being outside, and he digs holes all over the yard, and he dug one at the bottom of the stairs, and I stepped in it and I heard a loud crunch, and that crunch was my ankle. It's not broken, it's just twisted and it hurts pretty bad. So not like horribly, like it's not even really pretty bad, I should say. Like I can still walk on it, but it feels really achy. So getting the duvet cover on the comforter is gonna be interesting. But hopefully I have enough time on my lunch break, I just started it, to get the duvet cover on the comforter and then clear up my sewing area, because I think I'm gonna make a pair of sweat shorts. So we'll do that. Okay, so here's the current situation. This is the new comforter. We slept with it last night and just had the duvet cover on top of it because I want to make sure I clean it before we use it. But this comforter is so soft and cushy and cozy. So let's, oh, and that's my knee pillow. So I'm gonna try to slip this duvet cover on, which is right there. And I'm not gonna go too far over because I have a laundry pile, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, hello again. So my office is still kind of weird back in my work area. I still have boxes of yarn. I don't know how long they'll be there for. I don't know when we're gonna get other shelves up, but I'm just living with it for now. So the fabric that I'm gonna use to make shorts is this really soft, like kind of waffle material. It's polyester, so it's like really squishy and soft and really like stretchy. So I'm pretty excited to make some shorts out of these. I was gonna make pants out of these ones, but I do find this fabric quite a bit at Walmart. This is from Walmart. So with it getting warmer out here in Minnesota, I think shorts would probably be a better idea. So I've never made shorts out of this kind of fabric, so I'm hoping that it'll be the same results. I'm going to be using a template of my favorite shorts in the whole wide world. These ones, they're from Walmart. They are so incredibly soft. These are size medium. I like them just like a small fit me, but they're just like a tad bit snug, so I wanted to get medium so they're a little bit looser. They're kind of loose, wide kind of legs, just, I don't know, I just love them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay out my fabric, and I probably won't even have time to cut it out right now. I'm gonna lay this fabric out on my cutting area, and then I'm gonna take the shorts and I'm gonna fold them in half this way, lay them out, and I'm gonna make sure to bring out like the crotch seam as far as I can, and then I'm gonna outline this pattern, and then I'm gonna add like an extra inch on the sides for seam allowance, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna cut that out and do the exact same thing, except I'm gonna fold the shorts this way. And then again, I'm pulling out that crotch area as far as you can, and then notice how it's much longer on this side, which is a good thing. Usually the crotch seam is longer on either the front or the back, depending on the shorts. So this is a good thing. You don't want to cut out the other side twice, because then it's just going to be really tight on your crotch and nobody wants that. And then cut out 2 panels of that and 2 panels of the first one, and then literally just sew up the sides. And then I think I'm going to make them a little bit higher, or like a little bit taller than this, because I'm going to have to fold it over and then put the elastic band in here. And I think these shorts, I think this is like one big elastic band like this, but I think I'm just going to do one like medium-sized one like this. I'm going to make the waistband at the top wider than this. I'm going to bring it up to like here so that it's a little more high-waisted. So yes, that is what I will be getting up to tonight. I probably won't see you between now and then, so I will check back in with you guys again in a few hours. almost done with these shorts, but I got frustrated after the last clip, so I took a break and I decided to get ready, and then Steven and I sat outside for a while, which is nice because it's super sunny out. So I don't know, I just have to do the band at the top now. So I hemmed the bottom of the shorts and it did not turn out well. This fabric is really hard to work with because it's super stretchy and it doesn't like flow through my machine very well. I kind of have to pull it, but because it's stretchy, when you pull it and sew, then all the stitches are super far apart, so when you don't stretch it, it like I mean, it's fine. I actually think it might be kind of cute that they're like the bottom will be kind of wavy, but that was not my plan. But it just was not flowing through my machine very well, so I had to pull it or else it wasn't gonna sew. But I just have to do the top band, which is huge, but again, I'm gonna put elastic in it so it's gonna cinch up around my waist. I'm not very good at doing these bands. I always end up like crinkling the fabric at the end, so we're just gonna see how that goes. So another thing super quick, I just wanted to show you the books that I got over the last few days. 2 of them are for Book of the Month. I got Like a Sister, which was a pick for this month. It's a mystery thriller. I basically just got it because it was the mystery thriller pick. Lena becomes determined to find justice for her half-sister, even if it means untangling her family's darkest secrets or ending up dead herself. So I don't know the details of this one, which is why I'm not sharing them. The other book that I got from Book of the Month, and I don't know when this one was from, but I was looking at this at Barnes & Noble like a month and a half ago, and my husband was like, why don't you just check if Book of the Month has it, because you're going to get it for like half the price. And they actually did, and it's called Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is also like, it's a historical fiction, but also kind of has a little bit of mystery thriller in it. But it was kind of interesting because I think this is based in Mexico, yeah, Mexico City in the 1970s, which I'm all about vintage, so I'm really excited to kind of like have that imagination. But it sounds really interesting, the last part, because it's about a disappearance, and it says, with hitmen, government agents, and Russian spies all aiming to protect Lenora's secrets at gunpoint. Like, oh my. So this sounds really like action-packed historical fiction, and being a Mexican myself, I think it's going to be kind of cool. She just looks really BA, so I think this one's going to be pretty good. I'll keep you updated about it. I'm sorry I don't really explain them very well, but I feel like when I read the descriptions or like synopsis of books, it always ends up being kind of different from the way I read books, if that makes sense. But either way, I'm excited. So the next one, I'm super excited about. It's Steven's anniversary gift. Our anniversary is on the 17th, and we'll be married for 8 years. But this is gonna seem so goofy, but he really wants this. So, but it's Snoop Dogg's cookbook. From crook to cook. I just thought this was so funny, but he wants this cookbook so bad, so I got it for him. But like, a lot of these recipes look so bomb. Like, I was going through this yesterday when he wasn't home, and I was like, dude, this thing's gonna be legit. Like, some of these recipes sound so good, and they look amazing, and I love the names of them. They're all so funny. Not Your Mama's Corn Muffins, Baby Got Back Ribs, orange but really kind of burgundy chicken and white rice, Hustle Hard Chocolate Cheesecake. Like, the names in this are just so great, and like, if you know my husband, like, you know that this is just perfect for him. And then the last book that I got, I'm gonna start immediately after I finish the book that I'm currently reading, and it's called Daisies for Innocence by Bailey Cattrell. But look how stinking cottagecore and cute this thing is. And it's a, believe it or not, it's a thriller. So it says, an enchanted garden mystery. Everything's coming up roses until someone's pushing up daisies. Which, if you don't know that term, that basically means that there's a body buried somewhere and it pushes up daisies. So, because apparently dead bodies make good fertilizer. I don't know. I just think this is so stinking cute. I found it on Amazon and I was like, I have to get this. And I think there's like 2 other books with it, and it's pretty thick. So this is gonna make me feel like I'm in like elementary, middle school, because like all the books were like this in the library. There were no hardcover books. The Enchanted Garden behind Eliana Albright's perfume shop draws people of all ages with its fragrant flowers and lush greenery. But when the magical serenity is interrupted, it's up to Ellie to track down a killer. But it's based in Poppyville, California, and I'm from California, so I think it's always cool to like read books based on either where you live or where you're from or where you've been. I don't know. I think it's cool, at least. So this lady who owns this like perfume shop, her assistant is dating her ex, but before she can tell the young woman to beware of his charm, she finds Josie dead in the Enchanted Garden. And of course, Josie is the #1 suspect, so she's gonna have to try to solve the crime before she goes to jail for a murder that she did not commit. But I'm so excited to read this basically because it looks so stinking cute. Okay, well, I guess I should finish these shorts. But before I do, and I love sewing, so don't get it like, why do you sew if you don't like it? I do like it, but I just was not expecting this fabric to be this annoying. would try them on for you, but I did put them on after I made them, and Steven was like, those are kind of see-through. So these are definitely going to be lounging at home shorts. I guess you can kind of like see my hand through it. But they're really fun. I like the little wave at the bottom. Obviously, this wasn't intentional. Like I said, I had to stretch it in order to get it through my machine. So I think it gives it some character. I do love these, and I'm pretty excited about it. Hey guys. Okay, this is so weird to me. So I didn't mention it at the beginning of the vlog, but I'm sure you noticed that I cut all my hair off. This is not what it was supposed to look like. So it's really scary getting your hair cut as a curly haired person. I'm going to show you what it was supposed to look like because I saved several pictures on my phone before I got it cut. So that's what it was supposed to look like a nice shoulder length, you know, like that's a little bit on the shorter side, but like the basic concept, right? So she pulled my hair down and she was like, okay, so when it bounces back up, you want it to be about shoulder length, right? I was like, perfect, exactly. Yes, you understand curls. And then she's like, okay. And she held it out and she just snipped at my shoulders. I was like, it was too late to say anything. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna rock with it. It's fine. So yeah, this is my hair. At first I was like, okay, I actually love it. And then over the next few days I was like, I hate it. But now I'm kind of like, okay, I can vibe with it. I kind of feel like Kelly Matthews. If you don't know who Kelly Matthews is, she's like my fitness inspiration queen. So yeah, I mean, it's fine, you know, we're vibing with it. I can still put it up in my space buns, which is like my favorite hairdo, so we're good. It looks kind of funny right now because I let it air dry this morning when I got out of the shower, so it's kind of like straight at the tops. And yeah, I look kind of like a mushroom, but it's fine. I just wanted to close out this vlog by showing you what Steven got me for our anniversary because I already showed what I got for him. He loved it. It's been several days. This vlog has literally lasted 2.5 weeks. I went several days without doing anything because I recorded a whole vlog and then I went to go upload it on my computer and my camera just decided not to connect to my computer. So I had to order like an SD card reader and all this stuff, but I was just like so irritated by it that I just didn't do anything about it for a few days. And this morning I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna trash it and start a new vlog, but I'm a problem solver. We're gonna figure it out. So anyway, I can't stop touching it, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to show you really quickly what I got for my anniversary. So he got me 2 posters that have been on my Amazon wish list for literally like 3 years. And they're these mushroom posters and I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. I am all about the woodland vibes, and if I could just live in like a moss covered forest with clovers and mushrooms and trees and a little cottage, like I totally would. And this just gives me all of the cottage core, like whatever else it's called. Like I think there's like a fairy core and a goblin core. I don't know, I don't follow the trends, but this is just a vibe and I'm loving it. He got me, oh, I'm so excited about this, Rumple Buttercup by Matthew Gray Gubler. If you watch Criminal Minds, you know who he is. Dr. Spencer Reed, but in real life he's like a goofy cutie. Just, I love him so much. And he wrote a children's book called Rumple Buttercup, and it's a book about just being yourself. So on the back it says, a story of bananas, belonging, and being yourself. And I think it's so cute. He wrote and illustrated it. And so, oh, it kind of like cracks when I open it because I haven't obviously read it yet, but yeah, look at him. Like he's kind of got like Tim Burton vibes to him, but that's like the iconic Rumple Buttercup picture. But he is like this little creature that lives in the gutter by himself, and kind of like the Grinch, like he just kind of has his own little sanctuary. And then he decides that he wants friends, but he's too scared to go out into public because he's scared people will make fun of him and not be his friend. So it's just so cute. And I think he ends up wearing like a banana peel on his head to like disguise himself so people won't be afraid of him. But it ends up and being all good in the end. He ends up making friends and it's cute. And I'm so excited to read this. I think I'm gonna do a reading vlog and read this whole book and a few other books too, but I'm so excited about this. And I was not expecting this at all, and this book is flippin' huge, but it's the complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh. Like, how sweet is this? I just think it's so precious. It's got Pooh and Christopher Robin on the back. And we all love Winnie the Pooh, and I just think it's so cute. And I added this onto my list because Kaylin, she's my favorite booktuber. She's probably a lot of your guys' favorite too, but she is talking about how this is just like her favorite book of all time. Like, especially in the springtime, it gives all, oh, the hardcover part, cute! But it gives all the springtime vibes, so I think it's just a really cute little feel-good book. And you know, we might end up having kids in the next few years, and I think this will just be a really good addition to a nursery and, you know, reading stories before bed and that kind of stuff. But I just think it's really sweet and precious, and I just love Winnie the Pooh, and there are so many good quotes from Winnie the Pooh, and I just, yeah. So I was really excited that he got this for me too. And then the last thing that he got me, I can't hold it up and show you, but I will take my camera and show you, because he got me this keyboard that has been on my Amazon wish list for months, and I was so excited about it. I love clicky, like tap 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 keyboards. And my other one was just sticking, and I work from home and I spend all day typing, so it's really important that I have a good keyboard, a good office setup, and I'm just obsessed with this keyboard. So yes, this is a new keyboard he got me. It lights up, it's a gaming keyboard. There are different settings on it that change like the light patterns, and I think you can do like single colors too, so it's not changing colors, but it can do a blinking, a zigzag, a pulsing, and then like a slow fade. Like, there's just a bunch of different settings. I have it on like a pulsing setting right now, so it kind of pulses from the middle, the different colors. But I'm like so obsessed with this keyboard. I don't know. I know it's super nerdy, but I'm loving it. I'm super excited about it. So yes, thank you, Steven. I love my gifts. I'm so excited. My love language is gifts and words of affirmation. So I just love it. I think I'm actually kind of becoming like an acts of service person too. I'm all the love languages. That was pretty much it. I will say that Another Gospel, the book that I mentioned earlier in this vlog, I've been taking my time reading it, because look at all of those tabs. I'm not even halfway, am I halfway? No, I'm not even halfway through the book, and the amount of tabs that I have already in this book is absurd. I mean, I am just blown away by this. I mean, I don't know, I think it's a lot because I have a lot of relatability to this book, because she talks a lot about historic Christianity as opposed to the progressive Christianity that's kind of taking society by storm right now. I've cried reading this because I was like, oh my gosh, that exact situation happened to me. It's just so good. And she talks a lot about, like I said, just historic Christianity, not only the Bible and what that says historically, but also other people from around the same time the Bible was written or right after the Bible was written, and just, I don't know, it's changing my life and I love it. I'm gonna do a separate video on it because I'm just like, ah! But yes, a lot of tabs. I'm gonna journal about it and talk about it separately. But anyway, so thank you for sticking around for this hectic, chaotic vlog. I'm still trying to figure out my vibe. I mean, I know I've said it a million times that I don't have like a set aesthetic, so I'm just kind of like playing around with things, different, I don't know, just different overall themes and styles and music and all of the things. So thanks for sticking around during me kind of figuring myself out. But if we're honest, like life, it's a lifelong journey of figuring out who you are and your thing, you know? So anyway, if you watched the whole video, why don't you leave a little honey pot emoji at the bottom in honor of Winnie the Pooh. This video is probably going to be really long because I feel like I've talked so much and done a lot of things. So yes, thanks for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!